standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone! Stay away from me! I'm toast. Okay, oh, they're coming. Leave me alone! Whoa!
Sam is a YouTuber based in Cleveland, Ohio, who has been posting videos of his stealth camping trips on his channel, The Northwest Wind, since 2016. For anyone unfamiliar, stealth camping basically means parking your camper van in places without paying, whether that's in a neighborhood or somewhere far off the grid. In January 2024, Sam uploaded a video of a trip he took into a wooded area in Cleveland, leaving his van parked at a nearby dog park a few hundred yards away. On his walk into the woods, he comes across a torn-up tent that's been completely ripped apart, which is already pretty unsettling, but he decides to keep going anyway. After setting up his own tent deeper in the woods, he begins making dinner on a small camping stove. As the sun starts going down, he notices a couple of people passing near his campsite, and this is when he admits he's getting a bad feeling, like something isn't right and he could be in danger. Most experienced campers would probably say that if your instincts are warning you, it's best to pack up and leave, but Sam chooses to stay the night and keeps filming. Not long after he settles into his tent to try and sleep, things take a seriously disturbing turn.
Hang on. I don't know if they could see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent.
As time passes, the footsteps outside grow louder and more frequent. At one point, Sam calls out, trying to get a response, but at first, there's nothing. After calling out several times, the situation escalates into something straight out of a nightmare for anyone camping alone.
Somebody's walking around out there. They're getting closer, too. They're getting closer. Hang on. Hang on. I want you to be able to see as much as possible, but I'm not going to turn on the lantern again. I have my headlamp in my pocket, too. They're walking around outside in circles. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. They're right outside the tent. Hello? I'm in here. Hello? 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 Alright, I'm getting the out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? They're with me. They're with me here. Holy crap, get away, what do you want? Hello, I can't see you. Hello? All right, I'm getting out of here. We're getting the hell out of here. Hello? What do you want? Say something, I see you.
Something many viewers pointed out in the comments is that if you're being followed or threatened in the woods, it's usually not wise to sound scared or say things like, "I can't see you," or "This is freaking me out," since it might make you seem more vulnerable. Eventually, the people outside seem to back off, but as soon as Sam steps out of the tent, he spots them standing quietly in the darkness just a few feet away.
They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. Get away! All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone! They went over that way. I can't see them now. I know you're there. I see you.
Clearly shaken after the encounter, he decides to end the trip and head back to his van at the park. But even as he starts making his way out of the woods, things only get worse.
Should I just call the police now or do I just go? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to go in any direction. I don't know where to go. I'm scared to go in any direction. I smell your cigarette. All right, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going. I'll come back for this some other time. All right, get the hell out of here. I'm leaving. Don't follow me. I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to get out of here. I smell your cigarette. I can hear you. I hear you. All right, I don't know which way to go.
While heading back, he glances toward his campsite and notices the figures going through his belongings, but he chooses not to go back, too afraid for his safety.
Okay. I don't know where I'm going. Ow! Mother. All right. Ow! 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 I just ate. Ow! I'm in prickers. Okay. Ow! Mother. Ow! Ow! What the fuck? Okay.
As he runs through the woods, he turns around again and realizes they're now chasing him.
See if they're... Stay away from me!
After finally making it back to his van safely, he drives home and later explains everything that happened to his viewers. As expected, many people in the comments questioned whether the video was staged, pointing out that most people wouldn't keep filming while running through dark woods in a situation like that. Still, his reaction feels genuine, and people respond differently under stress. As for who those two individuals were and what they wanted, there's no clear answer. If it was meant as some kind of prank, it's a pretty disturbing one. And since Sam later said that his belongings were still there when he returned the next morning, it doesn't seem like theft was their main goal. Whatever their intentions were, it's impossible to know what might have happened if he hadn't left when he did. And it's probably for the best that he didn't stick around to find out. Creepy Outdoors is a YouTube channel where the creator regularly shares videos of his nighttime trips to eerie, isolated outdoor spots across every season. In October 2022, he uploaded a video showing a camping trip he took deep inside an unnamed forest far from civilization, filming everything as he wandered through the surrounding woods in complete darkness.
Let's see how this place looks like without any lights. Pitch black. Imagine being out here.
For the first few minutes, the only thing you hear is his breathing, and it's hard not to feel a sense of respect for the kind of courage it takes to walk alone through a pitch-black forest, with no idea what might be out there, whether it's aggressive wildlife or something even stranger. As the video goes on, he starts making occasional remarks about what he notices around him, and throughout most of the footage there's no visible sign that anyone else is anywhere nearby. But around the 13-minute mark, a deeply unsettling sound suddenly shifts the tone of the video into something much darker.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, hi.
What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy.
Somewhere off in the distance, Maybe a couple 100 feet away, a voice calls out, "I see you." It's possible the noise came from an animal like a fox or a coyote, but the way it sounded so clearly like actual words makes it hard to ignore the possibility that it was another person. Maybe someone trying to scare him on purpose. Since the YouTuber had been speaking and making noise for most of the video, he could have unknowingly drawn attention to himself, giving someone the chance to creep closer and mess with him just for their own amusement. Even so, it raises the question of why anyone else would be wandering around that same remote stretch of forest in the first place. What makes it even more chilling is that the voice, or whatever made that sound, seemed to call out right after he switched off his light. Almost like it had been waiting for that exact moment to speak. Thankfully, he managed to return to his campsite without anything else happening, and he's continued posting outdoor exploration videos ever since. Grizzly Gaz runs a camping channel on YouTube, with dozens of uploads showing Gaz heading out on hiking and camping trips around the UK, often with his French bulldog, Fendi, by his side. In many of these videos, he camps in harsh, unpredictable conditions, and he sometimes captures unexpected run-ins with large animals deep in the forest. In April 2023, Gaz posted a video documenting a camping trip he took somewhere in the UK woods. The opening portion of the trip unfolds as expected, with clips of him pitching his tent and cutting wood for a fire, while Fendi stays close nearby. As evening starts to fall, what happens next wasn't caught on camera, but as Gaz began cooking a steak over the fire, a stranger wearing jeans and a coat walked into his campsite and asked if he could spare a beer and something to eat. Even though the interaction itself didn't turn hostile, it's still unsettling to be alone in a remote forest and suddenly have a stranger appear out of nowhere asking for things. If you pay attention to how he speaks, some of Martin's sentences don't quite make sense.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light. I shit my pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak, so...
Just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
I don't think I was. I could have been. It's possible.
Right, gonna get these cooked up.
And he seems to drift off mid-thought, almost as if he isn't fully present. Later in the video, Gaz explains that Martin was homeless, and during their meal he shared a story about how drug use had destroyed his life and led him to wander the woods alone that day. More concerning, Gaz mentioned that while they were eating, he turned away briefly to chop extra wood for the fire, and when he looked back, Martin had disappeared without saying a word or even thanking him. After this uneasy encounter, Gaz chose to pack up and leave, worried that the man might tell others about someone camping out there with valuable filming gear, possibly putting him at risk of being robbed or worse. To check if Martin might return during the night with bad intentions, Gaz set up a trail camera on a tree at the campsite to record anything that happened after he left. Judging Martin's behavior is difficult, and it's unclear whether he was simply disoriented or under the influence, or if he had something more troubling in mind that night. Either way, it seems like the right decision for Gaz to leave and only come back the next morning, especially considering that when he returned, the trail camera he had set up was completely missing. Love Sundays is a YouTube camping channel run by a creator named Shan, who shares well-shot footage of his solo camping trips across different parts of the UK. In February 2024, he uploaded a video where he parked his van along a roadside near a wooded area, then headed off to explore, even hopping over a fence to make his way deeper into the trees. After spending some time out there, Shan returns to his van to cook dinner, then later goes back out again for a quiet walk through the woods in the evening. Once he comes back, he settles in and goes to sleep around 9 p.m.
Cozy. All being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
But at about 3 a.m., things take an unsettling turn. As soon as Shan pulls the curtain aside to check what's happening, the people outside quickly get back into their car.
I was just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
When he leans out the window to get a better look, the vehicle drives off, leaving him alone again for the rest of the night. It isn't until the following morning that he realizes what those visitors had actually done.
Outside and see how miserable the weather is. My door's stuck. What the actual see that?
Why someone would go out of their way to trap a stranger inside their own vehicle is hard to explain. One possible reason is that they were trying to siphon fuel from the van and used zip ties on the door handles to keep Shan from coming out if he noticed. Another possibility is that it was a local who didn't want campers parking in that spot. Either way, there's no way to know for sure. Thankfully, after cutting the zip ties, Shan was able to leave safely and made it home without any harm, and he's continued posting videos of his camping trips around the UK since then. The Facts by howtohunt.com is a YouTube channel focused on outdoor knowledge and inspiring people to spend time in the wilderness. In January 2022, the channel posted a video that turned out to be pretty disturbing, showing a group of teenagers reacting to some strange noises coming from somewhere deep in the woods.
Hear that? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light. Fuck. Hey! That was not an elk. Where's that coming from? Get my keys. Oh, get ready. Everybody, get in my truck. Hear that? Hear that?
When you're out in the forest late at night, it's easy to confuse certain animal calls with what sounds like a person screaming. Animals like foxes, coyotes, and bobcats are known for making noises that can sometimes resemble human cries. But in this situation, it's hard to think of any animal that could produce a sound quite like that, especially when you factor in how loud and aggressive the knocking on the trees seemed. Elk do rub their antlers against trees, but it doesn't usually sound anywhere near that intense or threatening. A lot of viewers in the comments pointed out that the noises weren't too far off from human screams, suggesting it might have been a person out there yelling in the woods at night, which is unsettling on its own. While some people believe the video could have been staged, the reactions from the group feel real enough. In the end, the only thing that's certain is that it's probably a good thing they never came face to face with whatever, or whoever, was making those sounds.